Good morning everyone, Carol here, hello. I'm a little perplexed. The thing I was going to show you today, it's gone. I've searched high and low for it, and poof, gone. So I can't show you what we're going to make. So I'm going to have to make a new one. But not to worry. It was some way of storing like things like when you make tons of these. Oh, and by the way, a few of you were saying that you couldn't download it off of the Kofi site. I think it got a bit overwhelmed by you all going over there and trying to download it. So I think there was a little glitch in the matrix. So you probably have to go back again today. And try again. Sorry about that. Not my fault. Just one of those things. Now then, if you are a regular purchaser from my pop-up shop, you will recognise these little boxes. They were what the little mystery packs were, and this is them flat packed. So we're going to crack on. We are not going to let the poof deter us from doing what we need to do this morning. And yes, I'm having a little break from the bold blooms and also from the little folks journal. This weekend is a bank holiday weekend in the UK, which means that everyone who works gets an extra day off, unless you're self-employed, and then of course you don't. So this is the little box, and this is how it's sort of made up. So, and then they're the flaps, and it goes together like that. Okay, nifty little box. Now, if you've been wise and kept them, which I am presuming you will have done, because I know what you're all like for hoarding. We don't like to confess that we are hoarders, but we are. So I'm going to cut these two end flaps off. Oh, and these two little floppy bits here, I'm going to stick to the back of the box. Where's my glue? It's there. To hold them in place. And this is the box that I am going to use to store these in. The first one that I made it weeks and weeks ago. It's driving me nuts where it is. It's hiding. It's going, no, you can't have me. Oh, hey, don't do that. I'm just going to hold them for a minute to hold them in place. I want to make a few of them so that I can stack them on top of each other, and maybe eventually make some kind of storage system to put them all in, because they're quite handy, because they're so, you know, narrow. They're not very deep. They're quite a handy little box. So that will sit like that. That's got pushed out because I was just pushing on it to hold them two flaps in place. Right, so the first one that I made, that was me going grrr. I covered it in my leftover scraps of Tim Holtz papers. So I'm going to do the same again, and then I'm going to show you an alternative. So basically all I did was I created a really nice top cover with a bit of like having a cluster on it. I'm not going to do the clustery thing because I haven't got the time today, because I've got to film another video for you for tomorrow. So you got something to do over your bank holiday weekend. Look at these pieces. I'm actually quite liking the look of those, actually. Is it wide enough? Ooh, not quite. I think I need maybe... I'm going to use that, but I'm going to put a little background. A little bit of background on it. Right, what a bigger piece then. Oh, and a zip by magic. One has a bigger background piece. Yeah, that looked good, won't it? Yeah, then I can use either the red or the black. Okay, right, sorry, just talking to myself a minute. So basically, all I did was I cut out a piece of paper from my Tim Holtz papers and I stuck it on the top, and then I did this beautiful little thing on it, and then I made a closure. So I'm going to measure the width and the height of just this front flat, this top flat piece. I'm going to cut them out, ink them up, and then I'll come back. I decided to just carry on filming. My head's a bit of a shed this morning. I think because I can't find this blooming box. Right, this top piece for my box was 6 3/8 by 4.5. So I need to do this fractionally smaller. So there's me 4.5. So I'm going to come down. Ooh, another 1/4 of an inch. Let's do 1/4 of an inch smaller, so that makes it 4 1/4 inches high, because I can soon trim a bit off. And the other one was 6 3/8, 1/4 of an inch off that is 6 1/8. 6 1/8. Oh, perfecto. Okay, so that to me is too big because, oh sorry, you can't see. That to me is too big because you can't see enough of the background doings. So I'm going to trim another, let's go mad. Trim another 1/4 of an inch off it. How mad is that? It's not mad at all. I tell you, I don't know what I'm talking about this morning. As well, I think the other, no, we'll chop the S off. The other thing is, I think that's driving me a bit nuts is my blood sugars rose quite dramatically, and I had to go in and go and see the nurse. I didn't get told off though, so that wasn't bad, but a little bit more. But they're now having me test my sugars, like when I wake up in the morning, before and after every meal, and before I go to bed. Well, my fingers, oh, I've got little pinpricks all over my fingers, because that's what, so say you eat 3 meals a day, so that's 6 in the morning, 7 at night, 8 times a day. And then I'm having to do a keto test, so that's 9 times a day I'm pricking my little fingers. And they're getting a little bit on the sore side, because I did a needle this morning. There was no blood coming. Oh, heck, sorry. Knocked you then. There was no blood forthcoming this morning. Who's moved me ink? No one. You did, Carol. So I'm going to ink these up so that they stand out from the crowd. And I'm not doing anything overly fancy on this. If you want to go overly fancy, decorate it up to your heart's content, then you can do. I am just basically sticking that on there. The glue carrot. And then I'm sticking it on the cover. And that will not be the end of the video, because I'm going to show you something else I'm going to do to this as well. And then I'm going to show you an alternative version. So there's still lots to see, so hang about. Bear with me, especially while I'm prattling on. Okay, there you go. Middle for diddle. You can go on there. And then that will stick on the top of my box there. Done, dusted and sorted. Oh, you have to undo glue, Carol, for it to come out. I think I need to go into a darkened room and spend the rest of the day there. Whew. Okay, so that's going to go on there. Come on. Play nicely. Right. We'll leave that to just dry off a little, because I did put a lot of glue on it. Might do me faux stitching on it later. Now, if you want to decorate up sort of, you know, around the edges of your box, or, you know, the back, these were great little strips, again from the Tim Holtz Peoples, which could be glued on the front. Okay, so bend you round there, all technical stuff. Or bend that round the corner and cut it a bit shorter. Hope for the best. Oh, I didn't cut that very straight. There we go. Yeah, inky rinky dinky do. Poor Julie, you know, I mentioned her in the video yesterday. And quite a few people have put in the comments, yes, you were Julie, yes. And I bet Julie's thinking, if anyone has told her, she'll be thinking, what the hell's going on? I don't even know this woman. Oh, I've had too much glue. And there. Don't worry, Julie, if you want to watch the videos, don't worry. I'm going to contact you in the week. And even then she'll still be thinking, who the hell's this woman? Okay, now I want to put closure on it, because as you've seen, it bounces up. And I am going to use the cigar labels. Now, do I want the black one, or do I want the red one? I want the black one. Okay, we'll go with that one. And I want another bit of paper to act as the strap at the top. Let's use, might as well use you. Might as well use that. Let's have the stripe in the middle. Length. So probably about that. Again, dead technical. About that. And I want that a little bit narrower. And that one too. And then that can go on there. And I want some brads in the end. Ooh. That was me stretching for something that was not right at hand. Away up, all of the dogs. All the barking going on outside. There's a, see, look, I'm running short on my brass ones. Oh, that's a different one. There's one. Grab it whilst you see it. I want to poke a hole there. And I want to poke a hole. Yeah, about there. Tell me, it's an about there kind of day. There's no professionalism here. We're all about the about there. I'm gonna put some glossy accents on there. I'm going to set that off to the side for just a sec to just let that glue go off a bit. Otherwise it'll be oozing everywhere. It's better off leaving it to go a little bit tacky. In the meantime, I'm going to stick that on the back because I want that middle bit there. Okay, pencil. That's about where we want it to be. And then that will go there. Hold steady. I think I'm going to need a bit more glue on there. But let's just try it for now. That's wanting to bounce out. I think that might need a bit more weight on it. It might just bounce open for now. As I said, I think I need to put a little bit of heavier cardstock on the back. But that, I'm going to hold it in place. That is basically it. Alright. As I say, if you want to do any more decoration than that, you can do. As I did on the box that has disappeared. And then. This was inside the box if you ordered one of the mystery boxes. And I need to replace this because this has got some grease on it. But I thought then that all of these could sit in there. And that keeps them safe. And when I want a label, I can just easily root through. And then close that, close that, close that. And in fact, it would actually make quite a pretty little gift, that, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely needs a little bit of work doing on it to just strengthen. I just need to strengthen that strap so that it doesn't bounce open. And I just need to reinforce that crease, because that's another reason why it's bouncing open, is that crease at the back. So I just need to have a little bit of a play with it, and then that'll be fine. And then my other thought, because as I've said previously, when I make my digital kits, I print loads off to make sure that they're going to be okay. So I have loads of, these are the I think this one was the classic, no, not the classical, the vintage book covers. And I thought, ooh, and it does kind of fit. And then it does kind of have the spine on the back. And this doesn't kind of fit, but it's the base, so it doesn't matter. But I did think, oh, actually, to have a selection of these boxes with this on, and then you could stack them, and then they look like proper books then, don't they? So I might have a go at making one of those as well. So I'm going to go off and go and play, because that's the basics of it. It was just really about decorating the box up so that it's usable and storable so that it looks nice. I'm going to go off and go and play with these now and try and search for the other one again. And I'll add some pictures at the end once I've finished decorating. A little bit of inspiration, I hope, and I'll see you all again really soon. In fact, I'll see you tomorrow with another little project. Hello again, I'm back. I decided, rather than doing photographs at the end, I might as well just show you them via the video, because it was actually quite difficult to take the photographs, and I ended up making another one as well. But I have to say, these are now my favourites rather than that one. Couple of reasons why. One, this is not doing its job properly. I probably need a different piece of paper in there, and I did back it with a piece of card, but these two I did with Velcro, so I just used my Velcro dots and it's holding it together a lot nicer. So the other reason why I like them is I like them stood on end like that, because then you get the effect of the book spine. So I think that having a series of these on my shelf would look really quite nice. I might need to do one of the tiny labels and put it on here so that I know what's in each of them. So as you can see, this one hasn't got a name at the moment, because I don't know what I'm going to put in it yet, but this one has got my clusters in it. So if I open it up and open up the papers, you can see that I've put my larger clusters in there. So maybe I'll do smaller clusters and put them in this one, but having that paper on there just holds them all in place. And that. So some people may wonder why I cut off the two edge flaps here. It's because it just makes it easier for me to get into the box, because there's that little bit of a gap there, which makes it just a little bit easier to get into the box to open it up. But I could have a series of these then on my desk whilst I'm working, with the flaps open, and then I can take out what I need. But so this one, the red one, as I say, I'll give you a little bit of a closer view. So there's the front cover stuck on the front, the spine is on the spine, and there's a little bit on the back. Now I'm not so bothered that it doesn't fit totally properly on the back, and I've just stuck the strap down on the back there too. If I was being real particular, I would probably stick that down first, so then this paper would then sit on top of it, but they're only for me, you know. But if I was making them for a gift, yeah, I would stick that underneath. As I say, I've edged all the sides with Tim Holtz paper. The blue one, again, I edged all the sides. And then you've got the spine, obviously. That flips open, that lifts up, and then that will be filled with some of my goodies. And then this one, as I say, I'm not so keen on this bit now, because it's just not strong enough. And then that will lift up, that opens out. No, look, it's got my labels in. I need to cut some more out now because I've been using them. But there again, what's the point of having this stuff and not using it, eh? So yeah, I think I would need to put a label or something if I was going to. I've done the label on the front, but I think if I was going to stack them up like this on my shelf, I would need some kind of a label on the spine bit as well to be able to tell me sort of what was what. But yeah, I thought it was a good way of using up the boxes, and as I say, this is really mainly for the ladies who purchase from my pop-up shop. They will have these boxes, so I just wanted to show them what they could actually do with them. But you know, you might have boxes yourself, different sizes. Have a look at them, see what you can utilise them for, and see how you can decorate them. Okay, I'm definitely off now because I need a cup of tea. See you guys later. Thanks for joining me again. Bye.